Welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dreamleague for Season 2, our final game today between Fnatic and Alliance. We're live from the Monster Energy DreamHack studio here in Stockholm, and we're about to bring you the game.
And it's cold.
And it's cold. It's that easy, you know? Lumi always trips up on his words.
To be fair, for like the first 2 seasons, you actually only used to say ASUS ROG Dreamleague, and you would just completely
ROG
not
Dreamleague.
say the G. No, you did it this time, right? Like properly.
ROG Dreamleague.
But I'm just saying it took you like 2 seasons to actually get the intro down.
I'm advanced English.
You're like shorthanding everything.
Yeah, everything.
Right? Okay. All right, that makes sense. I get it. Also, apparently, we're going to be joined by Lumi in a little bit, but he.
Yeah, maybe we've invited him to TriCast.
He's having a break, which is fine.
Not fine. Tinker won both their matches.
Yeah, they're playing against 4ASC. Apparently, though, they put up a pretty decent fight because the second game that I saw
it's all about
was
the
like
points.
a 60-minute game.
Yeah.
So.
And Fnatic are doing the same as well.
Yep.
So you can now see Team Tinker only with 1 loss, which is what they gave away to Fnatic. And Fnatic currently lost 2 here. So kind of expecting Team Tinker and Alliance to be the strong ones coming out of the group. But we expect for you know, it's not easy. This not easy at all. 4 anchors and a sea captain doing well in terms of taking the games long and look promising. And also Fnatic, but they're not able to get the points. And it's all about the points, Andy. It's all about the points, Benjamin.
It's kind of a bummer because, I mean, you could say the same thing for this series. Like, Fnatic have not been a pushover by any means in either game. It's just like, if you don't get the W, then it doesn't really matter, you know? And
it's all about the W.
And that sucks, you know, from their perspective, because I would say that they haven't been together for a very long time, and they're still playing extremely well. You could also argue that Alliance are using a stand-in, but I think 8mother has been with a team like almost as long as Fnatic have been a team, or at least the new Fnatic. So, in a way, I think.
But like the thing that you notice about 8mother, in terms of like new players, is they don't go outside of their comfort zone when they join a team like this. He's literally playing for the strat. The strat is we're doing this. He's not like, hey guys, I just picked off this guy here, got a solo kill there, destroyed my lane. He's kind of like, hey, I'm doing what I need to do. You know, when you need me to fight, I'll press my buttons. And but it's okay. I wouldn't, you know. If I was in the team, I wouldn't even be able to do that. I'd be like, I forgot my buttons. I'm too nervous. I wouldn't be nervous.
You only have 1 button on your keyboard, though, because you play silencer.
No, I don't. I have like 100.
And you use an ergonomic keyboard, so your hands are like this.
Ergonomic keyboards are really stupid. I need a mechanical ergonomic keyboard. And there are some, but I haven't bought them.
It's really bizarre. Like, I watched you type on that thing the other day, and I was like...
But I'm so fast.
I tried to type on on actually your keyboard once. I can't remember why. I think I was
you know the reason I have an ergonomic keyboard?
No.
Right, so basically, I went into a bank when I was a little kid, right? I went to a bank.
The start of this story is promising.
I think I went to a bank. Either way, I got some money. And I think it was because I couldn't walk, and I should remember this more. But I couldn't walk. I'm not making this up. I couldn't walk. Andy, I couldn't walk.
So you went to a bank, but you couldn't walk.
How did I get there? The story doesn't add up. No, I couldn't walk. And then my grandparents took savings out of the post office, right? My grandparents used to put money in the post office for our college funds, even though in England you get it paid for. My brother did. I didn't. I turned up like 2 years later, and they said, no, you have to take a loan. And my brother got a grant. I was like, fuck you. And then, cool story. And then I was just like, I went through this PC magazine, and I just ordered
We're going into the draft always talking about this.
All the most expensive equipment in the PC magazine I would buy, because I was like, fuck it, right? I was just like, so I just went through, and I didn't even know what ergonomic meant. I was a dumbass. So when it came to the keyboard, I was like, well, this keyboard's 50 fucking quid, and all the others are like 10. I was like, I'm getting the 50-pound keyboard, the 300-pound Voodoo graphics card, the Pentium 2 processor.
Oh, God.
And that was my PC. And then it turned up, and then I was like, holy shit, what's this? Someone broke my keyboard. And I was like, fuck it, use it. And then ever since, never turned back.
5 seconds.
You've actually used one the whole time.
Ever since, yeah. I've only used ergonomic keyboards now.
And here we are. And you have a regular keyboard, which you have not used this entire time,
And I can walk now.
Sense.
But I often get people to carry me still.
That's true. I've seen your games, dude. I was actually streaming the other day, and just to have a laugh, I was like, let's watch James' game, because you were playing silencer.
I figured something like that happened, because my viewer count went up from about 50.
Yeah, I was like, I'll bet you that even if he's winning, he's negative by a large margin. And I tuned in, and you were like 2-8. I was like, yes, I did it.
Did I win?
No, I won. Well, you won the game, but you were like 2-8.
2-8, legit.
All right. So, third game of the day, Fnatic against Alliance.
Where's Lumi?
This is actually the first time that we've seen both of these heroes, I think, so far actually make it through in terms of the draft. Like, Wisp got through and Batrider. And I think that Fnatic getting the Wisp, if this was old
Grab a
Fnatic,
chair, Lumi.
I would definitely be excited.
Join the TriCast.
He's not even mic'd up.
I am like that.
Oh, you are
mic'd up.
actually? Okay, cool.
But I don't know if I...
Yeah, you can. I spoke to production.
He
and
actually
they said-
hasn't. This is
I
all
did.
complete
No.
fabrication.
Bring a chair. You gonna bring a chair?
I'm just gonna sit here.
Oh, I can hear
see?
him now. Okay. There we go.
Hey, can you hear us? And
Yes, I could hear you guys.
All right. Lumi joining the cast. Everybody round of applause for Lumi.
Well played. Well played. I'm trying to stagger my clap so it actually sounds like there's more than one person clapping. But you're just like a metronome. You're just sitting there like this. All right.
More like a seal.
Yeah, more like a seal.
Because I didn't understand what that other word was, as well as ergonomic.
Jeez.
My English is awful.
Apparently you can't count either, but it's fine.
What?
You have a lot of other qualities. You didn't know how much damage last word did.
Oh yeah, well that's just. I mean, I do everything on feeling.
I mean,
And I only ever last word people with Hood of Defiance that stand next to Rubik's. So it only does 50
With
damage.
pipe on.
With pipe. So I'm like, it does 50 damage.
There's actually no damage.
There's no damage. Fucking shit spell. Shit hero, needs buff.
Fnatic actually changing their game plan up again though quite a bit here. Like going for Wisp Razor in comparison to what they played last game. Like the contrast is pretty massive. So I think when Hadi gets into a game, he's just like, I have an idea, let's try this. And then he's like, all right, let's try this game. So that it's not really much consistency, but it's kind of surprising that they can manage to run these drafts to such a high level and still manage to give Alliance a pretty good run for their money, even though Alliance have won both games. It's been kind of neck and neck.
All right, you go Bristleback, and you take IO Bristleback off lane.
That's strong, man. So is LC, actually. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fnatic pick that up either, because between the Wisp and the LC, you can actually just press the attack
Yeah, you
on
can
Wisp.
tank a lot against the
And
Batrider.
you just literally no damage. It's insane.
I love the way you say that.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. You know what else is good? Naga. That's why they banned it. And they also got rid of Razor, Earthshaker, who's really good against Razor in the sense that most Razors nowadays don't rush BKB. It's a really good defensive stun that you don't want to have to deal with when going in. And plus, Earthshaker is also great against Wisp because if you relocate in and you time your Echo and your Fissure well enough, you can just stop them as soon as they get there, and it's kind of annoying. So
Lumi, you've joined the TriCast, but you've said absolutely nothing.
I'm going to go sit by him.
There's nothing really to say.
What do you mean there's nothing to say?
mean-
We've already said so much.
Exactly. You guys are just so informative that there's just nothing else to add, you know?
You're going to get slapped.
Come on, what about the Void ban? What about the Puck ban?
I mean, you know, whatever. It's like,
I mean, you'd buy Ags, right? Like, easily.
look, Fear bought Axe in the Grand Finals Game 4, so
Yeah,
it's
but
validated.
Fear also doesn't go 0-20.
I don't go 20 either. I have
I've
no
seen
idea
your Puck, bro. Come on.
what you're talking about. Visage is going to get picked,
He's a
so
liar, James.
Alliance is working with a draft that they could safe lane the Batrider if they need to, and offensive trialing will chalk their Visage +1. Or they could just do the standard bat off lane. They have a ton of options.
I think it's a little bit too easy to stack the jungle for the bat to warrant him going anywhere other than offlane. Because, I mean, if you look at Fnatic's heroes, sure, they only have one support, but if they do end up doing anything crazy like a 2-2-1, the bat's going to pretty much, not free farm, but get a lot of EXP.
Yep.
And you can always contest pull quite easy as Radiant Bat, because all you have to do is fly on that little ledge, and you can just steal the pulls from the supports anyway. We're going to have to assume that Razor's mid, which means that Alliance can not necessarily counter-pick into the Razor. I wouldn't be shocked to see them go Viper, actually, for Alliance for their next pick, but obviously Fnatic are picking right now. And they don't have any Disable, which is probably something they're going to want to alleviate at some point.
Would you say Viper is actually like a true counter to Razor in the mid lane?
I wouldn't say that he's a counter, but I would say that he's one of the better heroes that you can put against him. Because most Razors actually just max Corrosive, which in some games I would say is okay, but not all. In matchups like against Razor, I wouldn't max Corrosive. Like 1 point is good.
Yeah.
Like it's a value point. You put points in another toxin. You actually put points into poison attack as well. Because once you actually get 6, I think if you have 2 points into poison attack or 3, and you have your ulti, you will be able to run him down. As opposed to where if you only have 1 poison attack, the slow is not really that great, you know? And he might be able to get away. So depending on how active they think that Fnatic supports are going to be is how you would skill it too, I guess. But I still think it's really solid. Great contribution, boys. Excellent. You're both just staring at the screen. This is unbelievable.
It's very mesmerizing. Can you see like the little fire that like trickles up to the logo?
Yeah, that's...
Holy shit.
Wait, does...
Do you see it now?
Oh, man. Awesome.
Ooh, gyrocopter.
It's fine.
This is very a Navi-esque.
Andy, I just want to point out that Andy looks really angry at us. I'm tired, Andy. I've gone into food coma. I ate like a whole kebab talik in like 2 minutes. I think that's a world record.
It probably is, actually. You ate
And
damn
now,
fast.
and I don't even have hiccups as well, which can be caused by eating too fast.
You guys
There
actually
are
looked up
other-
what causes hiccups.
No, there's,
Dude, there's like a
900
million.
No, apparently there's 1,000 different causes. So there's 999 undiscovered. But people don't actually tell you what causes hiccups. They just say there's 1,000 ways to get hiccups.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Okay, so the gyro pickup really reminds me of what Navi did in the Star Ladder. Basically, they did Wisp gyro and a lot of other cores that could fight early, like Razor, Pudge, things of that nature. So I'm not sure if you want to fight early against a lineup that could fight so well, like Witch Doctor, Visage, Bat. Also
think they
gives you the
have
late
a-
game, though, and also shoots down the birds, right? Or does it not do
It
that anymore?
does. It does hit the
Okay,
bricks.
okay.
The thing is, they have a really good team for spreading, honestly. Like, the only hero that should potentially bounce a cask, I guess, is the Wisp, because he has to stay tethered to somebody, right? But otherwise, like, it's not a tremendous amount of melee or anything. It's actually 0. And when you have a lot of melee, you think, okay, yeah, the cask is going to be more useful because they have to be X amount of range to be able to actually do anything, but that's not the case here. And I do like Gyro in the sense that not only is he good against Visage for obvious reasons, but the burst damage that you get, the wave clear, and the pushing potential of the hero is really, really strong. And Alliance actually just going to answer that with an immediate team fight counter pick, which I like quite a bit. I mean, these two heroes like Gyro and Razor, they're not going to get fast BKBs, but they will eventually get them. So
Assuming this is not a Loda Tide, which I've never seen before. This is going to be either Misery or sorry, this is going to be a mid or...
Could be a mid-tide off-lane Batrider.
Yeah.
And then Alliance maybe pick up like a core, like Lycan,
10 seconds
and run at people.
But isn't mid Tide just going to get bullied all day by a Razor?
yeah, you would never put Tide against that.
You
would
put
Bat.
Batrider mid, off-lane Tide.
Yes.
And then Lycan.
The thing is, Razor and Gyro are fairly natural BKB carriers. I'm just not sure whether this is a very valuable pick.
10 seconds.
It doesn't offer much in the laning stage. Like, you're not guaranteed to win a lane with a Tide. Also, it doesn't give you that much in a team fight, or as much as a normal Tide pick would. And now you're going to have another BKB carry that works so well with Wisp, like you guys talked about earlier. I favor the Fnatic's draft a lot more right now.
The other thing, too, is if you go LC Wisp offlane against Witch Doctor Visage, unless you pick a really self-sufficient, like, safe lane carry, you're not really going to be able to accomplish much against those two heroes. Like, overwhelming odds, a bottle on the Wisp, it's really obnoxious, and you can control the runes quite easily.
Can Tide solo lane against that? Like, just
Yeah, you would
stack
lose.
up on regen and just anchor for days?
You would lose, but you could do it. And then you would have to find something to, like, lane against the gyrocopter with, I guess, assuming the gyrocopter is not mid, which I don't think it will be. I mean, they could just as easily pick another support, send the LC solo, and just safe lane and play the, you know, get the gyro some farm route and protect him instead, and leave people around mid. Like, if the Wisp sits between top and mid, ganking the Razor is really difficult because he's already fast enough, and then you have tether move speed, potentially overcharge damage reduction, and healing through the Wisp too. So, I mean, there's a lot of options for Fnatic.
10
I don't know. This is, by the way, they banned Lycan, James.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was going to be a last pick Lycan for Lodo, so
remaining.
good job, Fnatic. Probably tuning in.
Well, Sark's
Actually, I just want to
banned,
point out, I didn't know that at all, but I was reading Twitch chat and everyone was saying they were going to pick Lycan, so I thought I'd agree with them.
You're such
And
a
they were right.
bandwagoner. Tab out.
Twitch chat no more.
Oh, you don't have to tab out. You have a preview monitor.
Twitch chat are like, what, 8K MMR?
At least. Last time I saw him, but I probably like 11K by now.
They're no more than me. So,
And they're going to go with a Spectre pick, which, honestly, I think that's really punishable.
Yeah, what does Spectre even do in this draft? I guess you gank whenever a bat
you farm,
lassos.
dude, and then you press R.
I mean,
But then if the Razor and Gyro and LC, you're designed to kill the Sand King. There you go.
the one nice thing about Spectre is that at some point in the game, the Sand King is going to have a blink, and because they picked the Sand King in general, I think that they will end up going defensive, and just make sure that the Sand King has stacks and stuff to farm.
Right.
Obviously, Alliance are not going offensive with a Spectre. No way. And that's probably why they picked Sand King in the first place, because Fnatic just are like, yeah, okay, we'll take the greedy route. And we know that we're going to have a blink initiator before you do, because Sand King blink timing is like 8-9 minutes if you get a free jungle. So with that being said, I think that Fnatic are going to have a pretty big window of opportunity here to be able to get some stuff done. But they kind of need a Rise to get an Aghanims before their pushing potential really becomes that strong. Otherwise, it's kind of just like, all right, we got a couple of pretty weak right-click heroes until at least we get like 1 or 2 damage items up. So, I don't know. Maybe Alliance are going for the long game again, which they've shown that they can do twice. So maybe they can do it a third time.
Yeah, also this Tidehunter pick is starting to look much better because I think the way that Fnatic is going to fight is a lot of random skirmishes all over the map. Because when you have a Blink Sand King, ideally a Blink LC, a Wisp that's tethering people in, you want to go for pickoffs. And I think Tidehunter is one of the best counter-initiates in that regards. Also, speaking to Batrider, I'm not sure how many successful Bat Lassos he's going to get off because you have Wisp relocate to get the target out. You have press the attack, and you also have a Sand King to counter-initiate. So I think Bulldog's going to have a very careful selection of targets, but make sure that those spells are not fired off. Press the attack does cancel the lasso, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It works. It's like a Batten shield. It dispels everything.
I was thinking maybe it's an ultimate, maybe it has something. No, it just
literally cures cancer. Like, that's what the ability does. It's very good. But as expected, both teams seemingly going defensive here. Just making sure that there's no wards going up in their jungle to make sure the Sand King can farm. And I mean, a lot of this is going to be on him too. You really want to get to level 3 as soon as possible. I think the Wisp is either going to be sacked completely or he's just going to sit near mid. They're going to see Bulldog in the off lane. And this is another trade that you have to be willing to make, is that Bulldog might try to contest the farm in the woods, or he might just sit in the lane and soak EXP. So to a degree, both teams are going to be stacking the woods. Alliance are going to stack for Bulldog. Fnatic are going to stack for Rise. Just a question of how much the offlaner can actually accomplish, because I actually think in this case that Bulldog will be able to get more than the LC.
It seems like it's going to be a dueling mid, at least to start things off. Is there any possibility of a double jungle? Because, well, Wisp doesn't need the gold. That goes to the Sand King. Wisp needs the experience.
I don't think you would double jungle because the Sand King needs levels too.
Yeah, Sand King needs.
You would just pull top and just try to mess around with Bulldog, because the thing about Wisp is that you're right. You don't really need gold per se, but you definitely need 6, and you can't just follow a Sand King around in his jungle and be like a weight on him. Like, that's not going to work.
Does Loda have the bird set Spectre?
Dude, that is such a Warhammer set, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm surprised Games Workshop hasn't just shut this game down for having that in it.
I don't understand that reference. I used to play Warhammer.
It's fine. But Tidehunter, yeah, up against Razor. I mean, I guess to a degree, even if you get linked, you can still Anchor Smash. So you're still going to find your CS that way. And that's going to leave this LC down here against not necessarily the scariest try line I've ever seen. Maybe both offlaners will actually be able to get quite a bit. I mean, hell, LC's got the highest CS so far.
Yeah, it's already starting to stack the jungle. The Witch Doctor's already pulled 1 camp. Is that Spectre's kind of game? Is it like just let Misery stack as much as possible?
Well, I think Misery stacking for the bat eventually.
Yeah.
But I think they actually could get a kill on the LC quite easily, because when the Witch Doctor rotates out with a cask, and then you have the slow from the Spectre, and then the slow from Visage and the burst damage, so in theory you can get a kill. But Bulldog's going to clear himself. Is he actually going to... No, there's no pull. He's just going to steal a little bit of creeps. Although Sand King's going to get the experience at least.
Yeah, they're sharing it. I mean, that's... I think Bulldog's okay with that, honestly. As long as he doesn't actually get the kill on the Saber. Because that would be
Firefly's ending. Burrow strike for the kill. In fact, they're going to burrow right on Bulldog, but they're not going to get the kill there.
Nah, he's not really in any
I'm more curious about who got the last hit on that Satyr. No, it's still there.
Boss looked away.
Burrow strike it.
It's alive.
Get the last hit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But I mean, this is kind of expected, but...
He has 1 last hit. You happy, Lumi?
I'm very happy. Thank you.
Yeah, but Bulldog soaked the experience.
It's fine.
It's almost level 3, man.
I think the LC's level 2, right? Was he level 3 now? LC's level 2, yeah.
Wisp still level 1. I mean, that's going to be his life, though, until the Sand King is able to jungle on his own. Because the Sand King, until he hits level 3, has to take the pulls, and he has to take like all the other experience that the Wisp would normally get to make sure that he gets level 2 Sandstorm. Because until that point, you can't jungle.
Did you guys mention you didn't think the Tide was going to have a fun time versus the Razor?
I just said that you were going to get chased off the wave.
Yeah, which he has already been.
Yeah, the Tide can still anchor smash for CS, and he can stack too. So it's not like he has to win his lane. And the function that he has is just playing the defensive game until the Spectre is able to do something, or partner a Ravage on top of a Lasso and then try to go for a kill from there. I mean, the combo is still very potent. It's just a matter of 3 BKB buyers on the side of Fnatic, like Limmy mentioned earlier. That's not going to be soon, but it'll probably be like 35-ish minutes in. All 3 of them will likely have a BKB by then.
All right.
Not the greatest link.
Nope.
Does 8 Mother? No, he doesn't even have boots. Wow.
You don't need no boots.
Well, typically, if you know you're going against a Razor, you buy boots.
Yeah.
No, 8 Mother.
Not him. He's still doing all right, though.
Oh,
Bottom
Ace
lane.
might die here.
Nope,
This-
press the attack. So good. Okay, never mind. He's dead. That's a Maldic.
Oh, he's
He
actually running
uses
really
overwhelming
fast.
Odds. Nice,
Dead.
he's dead. All right. Is that level 2 Desolate on Loda, or was it level 2 Dagger? Okay, level 2 Dagger.
There's just so many slows that you can't just wait for the last slow to use your press attack. You kind of just have to pop it ASAP and run.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have used overwhelming odd first and then
I mean,
press the attack later.
you can't actually press the attack Dagger, I don't think,
I don't think you can either, yeah.
because it's not a debuff. I don't know, it's weird. There's too many weird things.
Do they
about
still play together in Gothenburg at a house?
it. Who?
Alliance?
Alliance.
Yeah, because they all stopped
They
for
may.
pizza.
It's possible. That rocket actually looks surprisingly good for just a rocket, you know? I just love the bat's face, like the actual bat just looking at the rocket. It's like, well, this is
Is it
happening,
back? Oh no, that's part of the...
whether I like it or not.
He's flying through this lamppost thing.
No, it's
Kind of
fine.
looks like he's got the lantern in his...
Oh, bing.
Very good. Very good weapons.
Well played. I kind of wanted to dive in there, I guess, but...
It's quite nice that Arise is actually just under the creep wave with just the gyro here to actually get some levels on the last hits before he goes back into jungle.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if the Sand King gets to level 3, he never has to come back to the lane.
Oh. It feels like Fnatic will probably get online a little bit faster than Alliance. Mainly the Spectre kind of hurts that, but if that Sand King gets Blink and the LC gets, when he gets his as well, it'll be huge, but the LC's actually being kind of pushed out a little bit.
I think Alliance, depending on what build a Spectre gets, because you could go for like earn drums phase and just take fights whenever your Tide Ravage is up and then build a Radiance after that. I think if she goes for that kind of build, maybe they could take much more of an early game presence, but...
It's Loda, man.
Yeah, it's Loda. He's going to
go Radiance. Like, I don't think I have ever seen him go for a fighting build on Spectre.
Hero can fight, though, in theory.
No, I mean, I agree with that. I'm just saying that with their kind of draft, they can delay the game really well. I mean, you have Bat Rider for defending towers, you have Tide Hunter for defending towers. Visage Birds, once they're out, are extremely annoying and give a very high amount of damage to a team that otherwise didn't really have much. So if they're able to get their supports to level 6 behind Death Ward and Familiars Ravaged, there's like so many tools that Alliance are going to have to make sure that they don't just lose complete map control to Fnatic's team fight.
Looks like we might have another wraparound for LC. No.
Hyrule Bulldogs come
bought a
back.
Ring of
He's
Hell.
picking up 2 camps at the moment as well. So he actually had like 800 gold, I think, when he went away from the lane. Oh, he picked up Tranquils.
Is that a value Ring of Health? Or is he going straight Vanguard?
I don't know if Vanguard's... It's still okay. Like, it obviously gives you a huge chunk of survivability, but a lot of the
Crimson
damage
Guard, buddy.
on Fnatic is magic. I would say, actually, the primary threat during the early game is magic, but if you can live through the burst, then the Vanguard becomes very useful, right?
Yeah.
Because your right clicks don't really do anything. But it could also just be a value item. We'll see.
If you were to go Crimson Guard, how effective is that versus the gyro in terms of later on?
I mean, it will almost completely block his flat cannon early, except I don't think he had any points in it. But when I saw him, he was 2-2-0. Yeah, he's just maxing rockets, so... I mean, it is a good item defensively, but your team composition is what is supposed to delay the game for you, not your item choice.
No. Ace. He'd be dead. He's going to try to use a press attack and just run, but so assumption.
Wow, that damage.
Yeah.
Boom, shakalaka. And I mean, that's 2 kills, one of which I think the first blood went to Loader, right? Yeah, he has 1 kill.
First blood was Loader. And...
So I don't know, man. Phase, Ring of Health, Orb of Venom. What is it, 7 minutes?
I think he's going face Vanguard and fighting, man.
I would be really happy to see that, actually.
Yeah. It's this lineup that you're playing against, the Sand King and Wisp or support are so slow to get online that you can't take advantage of it. He's not leveling up Desolate, though. But maxing Dagger is still not bad at all. It's
he went,
a fairly decent nuke.
3-1-1, right?
Yeah, 3-1-1.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if they just walk in and Ravage a Rise right now with the support and a Haunt coming in.
Yeah, he's dead. Not even needing a Haunt.
They'll save that Haunt and Rise be
You
dead.
know, I think it's important to note here that the damage output that their team has is only so relevant because for the first time in a while, we've actually seen a Witch Doctor who's skilling Maledict instead of Voodoo Restoration.
Yep.
You know?
And he's maxing the Valor.
Yeah, he's foregoing even getting extra points in a cask to get Maledict to make sure that they can secure kills. And I think that in itself is one of the most important things. Because that Maledict, I mean, they might have been able to kill Ace the first time because he was really far out of position. But the second time, I don't think they would have killed him. They would have just walked at him and it would have been like, all right, whatever. But I think that in itself is like one of the more important parts of this early game so far.
Calldown's going to be used right now. Mizu walks towards it, and he's going to drop his Maledict before getting stunned, but here comes the Haunt, and I think Crit is going to be your target. Yeah, Crit is going to eat a dagger to the face. He will have Tether, I think, and he tethers to the right. Where's the dagger?
He had 1 charges. I don't know why
he had 2 1 charges, didn't use them. Crit gets away.
It's not a huge deal, though. I mean, they were going for a tower dive, so they did end up defending it.
I mean, you force your Loader to TP away from a free farm lane, though. Now LC on the bottom is going to be pressuring your tower.
Yeah, but he's still free farming top. So it's like, whatever. And plus, he used Haunt to get there, so he can just TP back if he wants.
Yeah, probably will right now.
Unless he doesn't have the inventory space. He's debating, I think, on buying a TP.
Did I sell this Quelling Blade? No, he sells the Stout.
He dropped the Stout. The sign of a true farmer. You never drop the Quelling Blade. Ever. But yeah, he is going Vanguard because if he was not going Vanguard, he would have sold the Stout. He wouldn't have thrown it on the ground. There's no reason to keep it. So it's going to be Vanguard, maybe full Crimson. I think the Crimson is a little bit far-fetched just because it's a huge gold sink. I mean, 3,800 gold is basically what it costs, and that's a relic.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it makes you, I don't want to say immune to gank, but
it makes you really damn hard to kill, that's
like
for sure.
Pretty resistant until your support's all poured in. At least
you'd have to get like Epicentered plus 2 heroes to
Ace is doing some next level dive that has no
Dude, he's fine. Look
value.
At him. He's owning. This is space. Space created.
Oh, he's stealing the experience. Oh, this is. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he took some of the gold. Okay. He gets lassoed by Bulldog to the low ground. The familiars are coming in as well. Ace, he goes for the duel.
And the birds miss.
So little damage.
The birds miss.
Oh, he gets the kill.
He's not a winner though, right?
No, he's not a winner, but he got the.
He is in
that's
my
enough.
books though, Lumi.
Yeah, that's a pretty big win. That's worth, man.
No, that's totally worth.
Yeah.
He's got his pink dagger there and 40 gold.
I mean, that's a Dan's game moment right there, you know? Bulldog getting his stack thieved. How many of those did he actually get? Like 2 or 3 or something like that? 2 or 3 of the big ones is quite a bit of gold. But yeah, Vanguard gonna be sent out to Loda now. I wonder if he does buy an urn. Is this the urn build? Is this the slasher Spectre game?
I think if you're gonna go urn, you don't go Vanguard because the regen is.
Nah, there's an urn being made at Misery, so.
Yeah.
No lasso for the smoke top. But it might be enough just with a stand Maledict to kill Hani. But he's got backup by Crit.
Yeah, the Hans.
I'm not sure this is actually going to Death Ward.
Oh, there you go. Han's going to come in. They're not even going to use the lasso. They're going to try to save it.
Death Ward.
Call down's going to get used.
they're dead.
Yeah.
Super dead.
No, Loda though, that Vanguard. Run. Okay.
No, he's fine, dude. Walk it off. Walk it off. You don't
Ace
have...
is looking for the duel.
Oh.
Click him. Click him.
Oh, dagger through the trees,
Duel. Give him the duel.
Oh, close.
That's a big defeat. Oh, the Rabbit's gonna come through though. They're gonna try to kill a Rise right from the get-go. Pops the magic stick. And they're suppressing the attack. And the epicenter is gonna come in. A-Mother should be fine. He's got the bottle. He's walking it off. Although they're gonna have a little bit of movement speed increase. Rise should get the max range burrow. He click the ground. Blink, burrow. There you go. And A-Mother might be dead as well.
Really close. The Kraken shell, so strong. There's the overwhelming odds. Gets the kill. The cask actually going to bounce all the way to the Razor.
That's a max Malady. I think he's dead. Tether bottle regen. Let's go.
Oh, he's all right.
Okay.
He just bottles him. Although that's not a value. Oh, his tether was down. That's why. Okay.
So, who do you think came out ahead in that fight? They killed...
Fnatic, for sure. Like 100%. Like, they used Ravage. They killed Loda.
Yeah.
All they got was like a Wisp.
And Hani.
Well, yeah, they got Hani,
yeah.
but definitely Fnatic win that, like for sure. Because before that, it was like 6-1. They just killed like 3 or 4 heroes.
Well, since they didn't use the lasso, they're going to come back one more time. They will have Death Ward for this one.
You're going to run into Sand King. Nope. You're going to back off. No kill for them. Unless they go mid. It's Hani's available. Yeah, he's done for.
No, Hani, run. He did.
You know, Alliance are very keen on saving all these ultimates. I can't believe they didn't open up with the last fight, and now they're saving the
They
Witch
didn't
Doctor.
have lasso.
It was on cooldown because he used it on Admiral Bulldog. He was like, yeah, you know, fuck it, that guy stole my farm, so I'll just lasso him in so he can kill me.
Yep.
We're going all in.
That was the next level strategy that he had.
That's what he did, you know. So he didn't have it for the top fight. But even like when he did have it on the top fight, it was when he was facing against Razor, and he ended up knocking him back with a flame break. But then he got healed up by the Legion Commander. So, but really Rise turned the last fight, the Witch Doctor. And it'll be interesting to see in terms of what Fnatic can make happen over the course of the Tier 1 towers, because Rise. Yeah, he should be able to stand pretty strong. Like, it's very scary to want to initiate against a Sand King with a blink. And even if you're going to use Spectre ulti, it's like, it doesn't guarantee anything really. And you've got a blink dagger on your LC now as well, so.
Well, the Spectre Haunt basically guarantees that the Wisp is dead. That's kind of what it guarantees. Because every time I think Loda does that, he's just going to go for the Wisp, and then if there's no relocate...
Well, you get jeweled. You know, it's a Ravage, Death Ward.
Yeah, but he's not going to be initiating with Haunt. His team's going to be initiating, and then he's going to haunt in after. So I think the likelihood of him getting dueled is pretty low.
Pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, not to mention that...
Oh, Rise? Bulldog? Oh, he didn't have lasso. Okay.
Yeah, all those blink daggers going to get cancelled. So if he has a very good timing, maybe the epicenter will get whiffed from the Sand King. The LC's mobility is going to be shortened.
I don't know. Missing an epi completely is pretty tough.
I mean, you know how like you epi and then when you're about to shift Q, your blink?
You get Spectre ulted?
And you spec all, you're like, oh, okay, well, I got the ground pretty well.
I mean, that's really hard to do unless you have vision over the area that you're fighting in.
Oh, here comes Admiral Bulldog.
Oh, he just gets auto-attacked?
Yeah, where's the blink duel?
There's the duel.
Epicenter's going to get channel as well, and they bring in...
Okay.
Oh, okay, well...
I think you got him.
I mean, I think that's where game 1, when Bulldog was playing Zeus, and Arise had like the toughest time ever fighting an RP. It's just that Zeus always ults at the right time.
Yeah.
Or when the fight happens, he just ults and we're like...
The cooldown on Spectre's ulti, it's a lot longer than Zeus, right?
Thundergod's Wrath is 90 seconds.
Yeah,
so 30 seconds.
25.
But I think the same situation would occur. Like, whenever a big fight happens, Spectre haunts and then, you know... No blinks.
The link is real right now from Rise.
I'm surprised he didn't just TP to the Tier 1 tower. But
looks like they want to counter. Well,
got a lasso, but he's so slow. He doesn't have a force staff. He gets purged. Here comes a haunt from Loda. Should be an easy kill on Rise. Who gets it? Bulldog. In the meantime, looks like you're going to lose Misery in the top lane, and that's a duel win.
So do you go for the Blade Mail build here for LC?
Nope. Blade Mail's...
We were told by pro gamers Blade Mail was bad, so we're completely against it now.
No. But if you think about it,
It's how it
Blade
works,
Mail
though.
is what hero actually does a lot of damage to themselves with a blade mail? Like if you duel them, what hero on that team actually auto attacks you hard enough to say, okay, yeah,
Spectre, I guess.
the blade
if he's
mail
desolating.
hurts. Right, but
Yeah,
I don't think you're dueling the Spectre.
Well,
Like, I think you duel the Bat, the Visage, or the Witch Doctor. The other two targets are not duel worthy unless you can cancel the Ravage and make sure that you kill the Tide before the Ravage goes off.
Sure.
That's the only time.
can you crack and duel?
No.
Okay,
I asked that earlier as well.
I see.
So when when you go in, it's like I can pop my BKB and ensure that my disable will last the full duration.
Yep.
Which I think is the idea behind the BKB. And a lot of people also go Maelstrom as well, because the Maelstrom actually procs during duels now. And you also kind of remain relevant on farm instead of just buying a Blade Mail. And if you don't get any kills off that, your farm speed is like halted completely.
Yeah, your Blade Mail basically force you to play a very singular-minded style, which is get duels, and you have to win those duels.
Yeah, get duels, get damage. So I'm actually in pretty good agreement with the item progression, like most LCs do nowadays.
How's Misery's farm coming along? He's really poor. 2,000. No, he went down. Doesn't look like he's going to get Ags anytime soon.
What is with every single game being ridiculously close between these two teams? Like, the net worth, it's a Christmas light thing. Like, it's just red, green, red, green, red, green. Jeez.
The captains and what you can call it, the other team, God, Team Tinker. Those games are really close to.
Yeah, Europe West definitely is probably one of the tough ones to come out.
Blink duel
Or at least
happening on
guess.
top. Where's the relocate? It's going to come in right now. I'm not sure if he's going to get the winner, but he's going to get the kill on Loda.
That damage.
Yep.
He was quite close to his relic as well.
Call down's going to get used. Whoa.
Savage?
Buyback coming in. They're going to get the Wisp kill. Ace is really caught out of there, and so is Hani. Can they get the dagger off?
They need more than one kill.
Well, Epicenter on the back line. They see it, and they will try to disengage. Burrow Strike is going to go on the TIE Hunter. They're going to try to burn him down. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a press attack, but actually before the lasso came out, Hani's dead, and they're still chasing for a little bit more. The Witch Doctor ultimate just shredding everybody on the back line. Ace still trying to run away. Blink Burrow Strike coming in to clean up the bat kill, but that's pretty much it. That was a 4-for-4 with the Spectre buying back. And suddenly that's a finished.
Ake almost Aghanims now at 18 minutes in. No
Also, can we check on Spectre Go? Because last time I saw she had
3,000.
Relic Gold. Okay, she lost 800 for that.
consistent.
Yeah. It's a pretty big loss, though.
That was a nice pick, though, at the start. Like, getting the Spectre like that, obviously being very hard to take down. If there was even one support behind him, there's no way that would have worked. Like, they would have got Cask stunned, or they would have got, like, Familiar stunned, and then there would have been no damage follow-up, and he would have just walked away. So I think maybe just be a bit more diligent about protecting Loda.
Yeah, I mean, any value since you're not going for any split pushing game or like massive ganking game, you just park at least one of the birds near Loda. It's a very like free way to protect him, the way I see it.
Yeah. I mean, heck, you can even give him control of the birds.
Yeah.
Just go fly style, you know? It's like, control my birds, bro. Well, actually, No Tail controlled the birds for a while, but
I mean,
not
this-
anymore.
Pretty good, smart play from Fnatic. No Ravage, no Haunt. Let's go.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, you can look at Alliance and they're just like, yeah, we don't have any vision at all. We have one ward by our Ancients and one lane ward bottom, and that's about it. So they definitely do not. And that's a really fresh ward, too. It's kind of surprising. I guess the tier 1s are all still alive. The only towers that have dropped at all are the tier 1 mid and top in favor of Fnatic, and that's going to be Roshan. Hani picks it up. He's had the SOI for a little while. And I mean, going straight BKB seems like not great as Gyro, you know? Because
He would have died, you know, twice fewer if he had a BKB. But yeah,
but at
I
the same
completely agree with
time-
you. It's not a.
You're like a kitten if
Yeah.
you go BKB first item, you know?
Although his spell damage is actually pretty impressive. When you max the rocket in a long team fight, you get off like 3 of them at least, 2 of them. You know, hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has
I guess it is kind of a nuisance because they actually are a true nuke now. Because
Yeah.
before they were kind of considered just an annoyance. And now it's like, oh man, if I don't hit this, I'm going to take like 400 damage.
Do you still go Maelstrom, do you think, on LC against this lineup, just because of the amount of damage they can put out? Or do you go BKB and ignore
I think
that?
you go Maelstrom into BKB.
is under attack.
Okay.
You want to have a good follow-up in terms of like your farm progression. And Fnatic have actually had a pretty decent amount of map control this game, so I think that being able to utilize it with an item that allows you to accelerate your own farm a bit more is still really nice.
Yeah. I just think like it's pretty okay letting Hani get really farmed and just go BKB. And then it's kind of similar to the Bat Rider when he gets a BKB, you blink, you BKB, you lasso, and then everyone's like, oh shit. And you can almost kind of do that with a duel, if you can't ravage him off, and you can't bird stun, right? BKB targets?
No.
You can't. So, it's not about killing him, it's just like he will survive and probably be able to get the kill if Hani gets all the farm. And I don't know. Yeah. I think you're right, maybe Maelstrom.
Rise should be fine.
Run Rise.
I mean, straight BKB is not necessarily a bad thing, because again, it's about being able to line up the epi. It's about being able to get the call down.
Yeah, it's also like there's so much damage coming out of the team, and when that even the Radiance is going to tick, so it's like BKB might be
both
nice,
are good.
but I think he's bought something. Yeah,
He's going for, well, we don't know.
Mythor Hammer.
Yeah.
We don't
you
know.
bastard.
I'm guessing it would be Maelstrom if it's Mythor Hammer first.
Yeah.
I like the way that Fnatic's really being aggressive. Ravage was spent for a SK attempt kill. So now they're going to just go. They have Aegis. They have everything. It seems like Alliance can't really hold these outer towers. They really just have to turtle in their base. Radiant's timing, can we get a quick check on that one?
He's going to have it really soon, I think.
Well, not for this fight.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs the Radiance to defend, per se. It would be nice, though, because no one has BKBs yet. But the Ags up on Arise is actually doing this complete work right
Hani,
now. Wow, Hani just getting smashed by Familiars. Holy God. He's going to get a pressy attack here. The tower actually gets denied by Ake as well. Nicely done. But the big thing about Razor in this game is that he wasn't forced to go BKB. And early Ags is so good on a team that has no push potential. You can walk into a tower with Eye of the Storm on and just be like, yo, this is mine. Now suddenly you just have to worry about the full map control that Fnatic are soon going to have. And this is a lot different complexion than the last two games we saw. Normally it was Alliance being the ones with the better vision, the better map movement, being able to control the map for a long time to a stage where Fnatic eventually were almost forced to make a mistake. And then they end up losing the game based off that. But this game, they've actually been really good about not only doing well in the early game, but ensuring that they're not making any bad trades.
Yeah, I think that's why Loda actually gone for the Vanguard first to give them a little bit more of that early game presence, but I don't think it has actually worked out that well. And I haven't really felt the presence of the TIE Hunter pick. I mean, it's given them that one good fight on the top where they traded, I want to say like 3 for 3 with the buyback involved, but I think you really expect a lot more out of your Tide. At this point, generally he also should be like picking up one of the pieces for a refresher, but looks like he's going to have to go for 4 staff as well. I think the saving grace for Alliance that Radiance is finished, so Loda can start tanking up, and Ake already has the Aghanims.
Yeah, but if we assume like another, what, like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so, 3 cores and Fnatic are going to have BKB. The Tide Hunter at that point is going to be really lackluster, I think, and it's going to be more down to if Misery has Ags, which he doesn't have a single item for it yet, so I'm assuming he won't have it unless he gets them in serious farm in the next little bit.
But don't you think like Spectre, even into the late game, can still make something happen for Alliance?
The supports are going to be extremely annoyed by it, for sure. Like the Sand King and the Wisp are going to suffer the most.
Hani.
But then the 3 cores are going to be like, yeah, whatever.
Hani's going to get caught here, but he's got Aegis, so he does. Oh, actually, it timed out right now, so if they want to make a go, in fact, they will. Hani, the relocate is going to get used. Get him out of there. The Ravage gets it, so no relocate out. They burst down 2 cores, or 2 heroes right from the get-go. Ace is trying to run himself out of there. What a timing attack from Alliance. I think Ace is going to be dead as well. Those birds giving high ground vision, and one more gust should do it. And there you go, 3 hero kills. No defensive relocate, no epicenter from coming in to rescue anybody. Wow. And they're going to get a tower out of this as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Tier 2 is definitely, well, it's only 20 seconds or so until the gyrocopter's back up, and that could be enough. And they don't have Ravage, they don't have Haunt. At the very least, they shouldn't be able to get another kill. And their push isn't amazing. The one thing is, like against a Razor and other ranged cores, I really feel like Spectre is kind of not kiteable, but wait, is he epi? What? Oh, never mind. I'm just seeing things. I'm way too blind. I thought I saw him like tail wiggle, but it was obviously...
King wasn't even on the map.
No, he was. He was on the top of the ramp. He was
okay.
sitting there.
Okay, maybe I'm blind.
I don't know. But either way, I feel like the Spectre is not the end-all, be-all carry of this game.
Not against 3 BKB cores, where you could... I mean, she just... Even in late game, if she just gets dueled and focused, that's it.
Yeah. Well, if you also imagine it this way, like, a Spectre does the damage to the majority of your team, right? Mm-hmm. But you also have to worry about Flat Cannon. And Flat Cannon basically does the same thing. And if you're farmed enough, I would actually say that Flat Cannon is almost more, like, scary than a Haunt. Because the Gyrocopter himself is going to hit harder than an Illusion will, by a pretty wide margin. So, I mean, I guess it's all down to how the team fight actually gets played out. But I feel like getting static linked or, you know, just eating a call down into Rocket Barrage into a duel, like you said, it's just, it's really hard.
They're going for the high ground, or at least tier 2.
Yeah.
No Ravage again. And none of these heroes are going for BKB. Loda's going to eat a ton of damage. Blink Duel's going to come out. Any rescue from the team? No. They want to fight. Buy back. Where's the Ravage? No Ravage. Crit is going to die as a result. We know that, but looks like going to pick up a little bit more. Yeah, everybody's just going to get run down. I think we're really underestimating this Spectre. It just dies to Dispersion and Radiance. Crit is the sole survivor as well as LC, but LC is just dying as well.
He really wants Bulldog. That cask stun, dear Lord.
I think they gone too greedy with all 3 cores, none of them picking a single BKB.
Run, ball, run. Nope. He faded into
I think it's a mistake for none of these cores to not get BKB. Like, Demon Edge picked up on Gyro, and then Razor... Okay, Razor's trying to finish one, but there is one. And then LC's going for Maelstrom.
I mean, what happened there was a bit unintuitive, because they went for a kill on a hero, and they got the kill really easily. And then they're supposed to assume he has buyback Haunt? I mean, that's kind of a weird situation, don't you agree? That
I guess so.
I mean, sure, I think that BKBs are also kind of necessary.
But if they had BKB there, they hold their ground, and they probably, I won't say they win a fight, but they trade much more evenly, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, 2 BKBs at the very least would have been good. But that does mean that Alliance, I mean, Loda's what, 7-3?
With 2 buybacks to you so far.
Yeah, and
the other one's not that expensive, yeah. The scary thing is that was without a Ravage.
Yep. But again, it's like the balance of power is going to change pretty drastically once fresh BKBs actually come out. If you imagine, like, Hani finishes MKB, then he gets his BKB. Arise is also close to BKB, if not already having it. He needs one more item for it. But that is when the Spectre is going to feel extremely weak, you know?
Okay. My question is, will you have triple BKB before Tai has 2 Ravage?
Well, I don't know if the LC is going to have the BKB that fast.
And I don't think Gyro even finished his next item or starts working towards the next...
Well, he could just stick with the Demon Edge and then not make MKB and then just drop for BKB. And it would be fine. Lasso here on Hani. Yeah, going to get pulled into 3 familiars. Nice relocate. Very, very nice.
Oh, blinks
Gets
forward.
into safety. The cask actually is still bouncing. Okay, they're just diving for tier 2s. Rise is already dead on the Sand King. There is a Ravage. Hits on all 3.
Man.
8 mother.
Oh my god.
Hani's going to get Radiance burned down here. It's a double kill for Loda. That's a team wipe. That is just a straight... That was the most awkward team wipe I think I've ever seen in my life. You didn't even see it. Stop shaking your head. You don't know what happened.
Me and Bruno were watching over here. We're kind of like...
Oh, you were standing back there?
We're doing statistics.
Oh. That was weird. Jeez. I can't see in the back of me. Even if my eyes did work properly.
This is a game-losing, not buying PKB mode.
I have to say, though, like, a lot of this game is Ake. Like, having an 18-minute Aghanims...
Yeah, that one fight where he got like 2-3 kills, and... That's the game, I think.
I don't know what they can do anymore. Like, they just got smashed twice in a row.
Here comes the smoke epi.
Well, they're going to try to make something happen here. But again, this is triple bird.
Epi.
Well, it's going to have to come right now. I don't even know what the... Oh, wow, Alliance.
The game sense.
They sense it.
Well, they see everybody alive. They haven't seen anybody pushing a lane.
That's Refresher. Oh, my God.
So I guess the Tidehunter pick worked out.
Well, if none of the cores buy BKB, sure.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those teams where They could have actually gotten away with going early BKBs, like Razor and Gyro at least. Maybe not LC, because you want Blink.
Sure.
But the other two heroes, I think, could have done it.
And by no means, it's not like just BKB first and get no other item. Like, I think Aghanim's into BKB Razor. He's doing that fine, great. Oh, they think they could actually Roshan right now because there's no Ravage.
Oh,
but
they're so wrong.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, okay, I thought those were dire stuff.
Well, they don't actually. No, they do know. They have to know.
They don't. They haven't seen it yet. Nobody's seen it yet. The ward just get placed. I'm not sure if Titan charges in. Maybe they'll see
They
it.
can just send birds in. They don't have to charge in. Oh, yeah,
They'll charge in. The
They knew
Han
the
on
whole
high ground,
time.
trying to relocate, but he gets bounced around. Eight Mother just walks in. Worst Force Staff. He's not even using it. It's not necessary. They just run them down.
That's got to be like close to GG.
Yeah, it's already.
That team fight was an absolute disaster. I mean, Ryze is maybe going to get a kill here if he gets the Epi off, but he just refreshes the Ravage 4-staff away. The Epi damage isn't even enough to get the kill. This is like,
Yep.
it's GG.
Good game.
Well played. Well played.
Boys, buybacks.
I think Bruno just dropped an F-bomb into my microphone because he doesn't have his headset or anything like that.
There's just like a bag of tools and a ping pong paddle.
Hey.
Those are hosting tools, okay? You need those to host. Are you going to sit?
Yeah, I was going to sit down. I was kind of tired.
All right. I suppose that's fair.
Everyone thinks I'm drunk.
Are you drunk?
No.
Have an in-ear.
You don't have to lie. Are you saying you can't hear us? It's like, it's fine.
Yeah,
Lumi's the host. You don't have to close the show. You just come over here and
Oh, no, we have announcements.
jibber jabber.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
We do.
One of us is getting fired.
It's me, isn't it?
You wish.
Damn it.
I think I know who's getting fired.
It's Survivor Dreamleague edition.
Hey, Bruno.
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, spinning are
I
quite
didn't
fun.
plug my stuff in.
Good that you're being prepared. Welcome back to the studio.
Woo.
I haven't said that line for a while because I wasn't here
You know how
yesterday.
much better it feels in here with a hat on? It's actually quite cold in here
It's
today.
very chilly.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your hat?
No.
Oh.
But I have some at home you can have.
Huh?
I have hats at home.
I did ask the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. I asked if you had any more. I didn't ask to take one.
I have lots.
Where did you find the red one? I found
In the
green
fridge.
ones.
What is the red one?
Damn you. Assault.
Oh, yeah, they're actually.
It kind of tastes like a
So much
cherry
better.
Coke or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Similar.
It's pretty good.
All right, welcome back. We just witnessed Fnatic losing 3-0 to Alliance.
Yep.
Pretty good play from a very tempo game. And then on the B stream, we had 4
ASC.
anchors and a C captain losing 2-0 to Team Tinker.
Yeah. Actually, 4ASC played really well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their drafts didn't, both times, they didn't scale to late games. So in both cases, they were winning. Oh, they hit that anti-mage that got 3 items.
And then we lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
I would say it's almost similar, actually, to the 3 games that we had. The first 2 games were really close. Like, Fnatic were putting up really good fights. But I think that in 2 games, Alliance's draft was just better. And then in the 3rd game, they kind of got owned.
Yeah. Yeah, first 2 games, last pick Alliance, like Silencer countered and also Zeus.
Yeah.
Kind of countered the enemy team's strat.
They did this Slark Zeus, where the Slark would find all the wards and the Zeus would counter all the wards, and it was like, we can't see anything.
And they had like an Earthshaker to
That was
fissure
game 1,
initiate.
right?
Yeah. And the Earthshaker would like fissure initiate. And then basically, like after that, if they got Hanny, they would just blow him up. Or anybody, they would blow him up. So it was pretty close. But it's like Alliance had a game plan. And I think the last pick on the first 2 games really helped him out.
Any particular player that highlighted? Bola played really well on Team Tinker.
I think Ake probably was
Yeah,
solid
for
throughout
sure.
the whole series. Like really.
Especially his Vicious in the 3rd game. Like, he was exactly where he needed to be. 18-minute ags. Like, what? How can she slap?
I can't remember his support on the first game actually.
Ake in game number 1. What did he play? Can I even look at the previous games?
I mean, Misery played Silencer.
What's Roger?
No, I can't.
What?
No, they didn't play
Skywrath?
Ogre.
No, he played Visage twice
No,
today.
it was Skywrath, because it was the
Yeah.
game.
He played 2 Visage, 1
Yeah.
Skywrath. And
Yeah.
he was like, even when his rotations, he was just like, he's Ake, right? You know, when he
Yeah.
plays good, he's amazing. And he always plays good.
When he plays good, he doesn't play bad.
Wow.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
Let's bring up the standings to see where we're at.
Standings.
Here
where
they
you
come.
I can't see them.
Team Tinker 4-1, Alliance 3-1. They lost one match because of the forfeit from yesterday reschedule. Frankers and SC Captain, they're 1-2, I think. Even though it says 1. Yeah, it says 1-2. Fnatic is 1-5. This really looks like the eye test for the driving license. Like close one eye.
Yeah, the top's easier to read. Like Empire,
Read the bottom
easy.
line.
Empire
Nobody can
9-0.
actually read the bottom line.
I mean, just so people make sure, I think we're like a good 5 meters away from the previous screen, which is a 32-inch. So it's not that easy. It's not a 32-inch.
Also, before we get on to our exciting announcements.
You're hyping it up too much.
I know. Tomorrow we'll have
It's
Tinker
a 36-inch screen.
versus Alliance.
I count in 9 inches. Yeah.
How do you
Really,
know
that's
exactly
your-
how much 9 inches is?
Hey, I just know.
And that will be on Stream A. Stream B, we'll have Fnatic versus 4 anchors and a sea captain.
Cool.
Yep.
That's going to be fun. I like watching the Finstack. It's pretty fun.
All
I
these
haven't
teams
seen
are-
them.
You should go cast them tomorrow.
Are they on the B stream again?
Yeah, they're on the B stream
Yeah.
again tomorrow.
Why do they ever get the
I don't know.
I know.
I will not stand for this injustice. Finnish people deserve proper stream.
But will you sit for that injustice?
Yes.
Cool. Perfect.
You
It's
guys
like,
are missing out. These chairs are
it's
amazing.
protesting. What do they call it? Like
I would be
protesting
okay.
without resistance?
Sorry, go on.
No, I was saying something totally
No,
irrelevant.
I was
I'm
just
sure
talking
you were
about,
too.
I was talking about myself again. I was like, I'd be okay if I had one of these chairs as my actual like PC chair.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
It
really.
doesn't seem like it has much
There's
of a
not
back
much
support.
No, but you don't need because
yes.
you're meant to sit properly.
Yeah. It's the same reason why people sit on those big rubber.
But what if you have like a bad silencer game? You just like gotta lean back and sigh.
No, you can do
can't.
it. You can actually lean back in these. It's cool.
Wow.
Can you?
Yeah.
Whoa! I almost fell.
No. You gotta trust it. You gotta trust it. Just a chair.
Is he like a new sponsor or something?
No, but it
I don't even know who makes these chairs.
Fair enough. Anyways, enough about chairs.
More about
Enough about Dota.
announcements.
I don't know what we're announcing, so I would segue us to
I'll
it.
leave the
I was in the meeting.
he has the how do you call it, like when you're like in like Congressman Harding has the that's
Yes.
Has to
No,
say.
it's definitely
say or
it's
something like
definitely
that.
senator.
Senator,
Oh, he has the floor. He has the
Senator
floor. There you go.
Vincent,
Senator Harding has the floor.
Senator Vincent Steele. Please. That's my senator name. Okay, yeah. So we a lot of people have been talking about the Dream League in terms of like there's been a little bit of like mishaps here and there, and they've kind of had like this knock-on effect where I think even us have been a little bit like kind of like everything's gone. And I had to cast with Andy. And it was really a lot of that. So basically, honestly, from my opinion, from behind the stage, a dream hack, it's like there's a very small team. And unfortunately, one person probably thought he took on the right amount of work, but he took on way too much work. And I feel that this Dream League has suffered in terms of preparation. And even through phase 1 with all the scheduling conflicts, there's been some disgruntled teams and a community, obviously. And I always said, if you're going to build a show, you got 2 people to please. One is the players, and the other is the community. Because if you please those, the knock-on effect is, you get another Dream League.
who else is there, right?
Yeah, we get sponsors.
Yeah.
You please your sponsor.
Good.
So
Nice.
ASUS and Nvidia. So anyway, we got approached by DreamHack, and after some of the stuff, and I was in a meeting earlier, and basically we have 2 additional. Well, okay, basically, Good Studio are going to take over and try and make phase 2 and 3 really fun for everybody. So it's we're kind of like additional project managers, and we're taking on roles, me and Bruno, to actually like do some stuff the way that we think like phase 2 and 3 could work. Because phase 2 is like a 10-day LAN. And it's really cool. We just need to make everything, so like in terms of like, who's talent, like how the player's being treated and all that other stuff. And then of course phase 3 is your DreamHack winter finals, and in terms of like what it looks like in the show.
I make sure there's no scheduling problems and that.
I mean, for phase 1, that's being worked out as it is. The admin's are always great and everything's being worked out. But it's like, okay, what can we do in the remainder to phase 2 and 3? So I've got some cool ideas. So I'm actually going to be replacing myself, hopefully by tomorrow. And instead of me casting, I'm going to fire myself as the first decision of the Good Studio.
Nice.
Firing myself as the commentator, which I think is
Look at the screen
fantastic.
and call you fired.
You're fired.
No, you have to look at that.
And
No, you don't fire the people watching.
And I'm actually I'm going to get Wagamama to come up and take my place.
Cool.
Throughout phase 1 and then phase 2 and phase 3. I'll be stepping off doing some project managing stuff, and then basically I'm going to sort out other talent that I have in mind for the phase 2 and 3, as well as how the players are going to get treated, what we're doing, what entertainment we'll bring into the shows and all that stuff. And then Bruno's going to be helping on making sure everyone is happy as well with some tech updates and overlays and stuff for phase 2 and 3. So essentially, we're going to see what we can do. And I've also got to try and see if I can get a ticket in-game, beg Valve to put it in, because if we do a really good phase 2 and there's no ticket to buy, everyone's going to be like, well, great job, but you know, the prize pool doesn't get increased, and the only people that really get hurt with the prize pool not getting increased is the players, essentially, because they want a bigger prize pool. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. So I've hired myself as project manager now after firing myself as commentator, and I'll take that conversation with Valve. It'll be easy. I'll just be like, we were so drunk. We didn't know.
We don't remember.
We don't remember what happened to our ticket. We thought it was there. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I talked to Wagamama. He's in. And then that's phase 1 of my plan.
I've actually
Your
heard that
days as a caster are over.
he's actually going to bring shirts too, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah, for Twitch
Yeah.
regulations.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put together some cool stuff, and then Bruno will help me execute as well as help me with it, and then we'll just try and have a good time and make sure the players have a really good time for phase 2. And I had to make people, it's not just going to be blackjack and hookers, guys.
But there will be.
There's going to be roulette as well.
Thank God.
It's going to be
Need
great.
that.
I feel better now.
Yeah, but we can do a lot for phase 2 and 3, so it'll be cool. And yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah.
So we'll try and do the improvements day by day.
And yeah, as phase 2 gets closer, probably there will be more announcements. And tune in tomorrow, I would say.
Yeah.
To see kind of like the first phase of this facelift.
Well, hopefully, if Wagga actually gets a train up tomorrow morning,
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're done.
we'll find out.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more exciting Dota
And a facelift to the stream.
and a facelift. And maybe Wagga. Who knows?
Who knows?